everyone, this is Sandy Reese with StampinCrew.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome to our weekly tutorial. Thanks for your patience. I'm a little late today. We had some rescheduling problems, but everything's fine. John had some work done on his leg veins. And but it all went fine. So he's sleeping off his Xanax, and everything's good. So today I wanted to share another stamp set that from the mini catalog that is retiring at the end of the month. I had not used this stamp set. I bought it because I love the dies in it, and I do like this stamp set as well, but wanted to share that with you today. On another quick note, before we get started, on our Stampin' Cruise, we do have about half of our rooms booked, so very excited about that. If you're interested in going, make sure to check my blog. There's the link to register for the stamping part. There's a phone number for the cruise line, and we're really excited, very excited about this one. So June 30th is our deadline for having 10 rooms so that we can get our stamping room for free. So yeah, go ahead and sign up. Go ahead and sign up. I'm very excited. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna flip this upside down here. All right, let's do a quick turn around and we'll get started. Oh no, sorry about that. That wasn't fun. Okay, let's get back. Let's get this back in. I didn't loosen it up enough. Okay. Where are we here? Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is the Love You Always Suite. This is in the mini catalog, and we have a lot of these are on discount. So the stamp set we're going to use today is the Love Always stamp set right here. Now it's still full price and it is low inventory. So if you love these projects today and you want to order this stamp set and dies, even though they're not on sale, you can do the bundle, but they are low inventory. However, the Love You Always foil sheets are 50% off. The Love You Always designer paper is 50% off. The heart, the little heart embellishments are 40. The ribbons 50, and then these fun little Matchbox treat boxes are also retiring. So, and then our Tulip designer paper, black and white. Love that. You can't beat that. It will also be gone after the end of this month. Okay, so here is the stamp set we're using today, Forever and Always. I love these sentiments. I'm going to show you how to kind of put these together. And then what are they? Always Dies, which has the Love and Always. And then it has the outline, so you can stamp and cut out the words. You can cut out a thin version of the words, and then you can actually layer them on top of each other. I have a little sample. Here's the background, so the words fit on there, and then here is a thin one cut out. Oh, I didn't pull out all the little pieces yet. Okay, this is the thin one, and then you can overlap them and layer them for another, like a shadowing effect. Love, love, love this one. Okay, let's get started with our first project. This paper, the designer paper, has lots of metallics on. Look how shiny that is. Lots of metallics on them. So I'm going to just start with a thick basic white card front. And then I've cut a piece of basic white, a little bit smaller, so it just lays on. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to just adhere this piece of designer paper on the top. This is a super quick and easy card. I love doing quick and easy cards. That's my motto. Especially if I have to make a lot. The quicker and easier, the better, but it's still got to be cute, you know? You know what I'm saying? And this one has lots of shine. Okay, now I've already pre-cut the always, just to save a little time, because we're doing 4 projects today, so I'm going to try to keep this moving along. Okay. I'm not always good about getting all the little pieces out. Now, what I should have done, and I thought about it, and then I just completely didn't do it, was putting some of our adhesive sheet on the back so I wouldn't have to use glue. And then I just turned around and cut them without it, without putting it on. So if you want, I'm just putting a very thin layer of glue right on here, and this just fits in right there. A thin layer of glue. Whoops. See, that's the problem with glue, is it sticks to you sometimes. Okay. Use the adhesive sheets. Okay, don't do what I do, do what I say. Adhesive sheets, much less messy. We are also going to tie some ribbon around. You know, I probably should have written my steps out. Tie some ribbon before we glue that. Let's hope that I can get my next card done without messing up. All right, I'm just gonna cut this so I can glue it down since my glue's already wet. Okay. I'm gonna glue this down and then I'm gonna tie that bow. Oh, messy, messy. All right. Now I'm going to bring in one of these very sweet little heart trinkets or embellishments. I'm not really sure what they're called. Got a little bit of black ink on that ribbon for some reason. I don't know where that came from. I'm going to try, it's right there about where my knot is. I'm going to try to hide that because I don't know what happened. All right, so I tied half my knot, and then I'm going to thread the heart in, and I'm going to mess with that in a minute, so don't worry if it's not going to be oriented right. Okay, we'll get our bow tied, and then you can take your heart and kind of twist it around until your knot is in the right spot. I want it kind of right there on that side. All right. Now I'm going to trim those real quick. Okay, my bow is just a tad bit loose. I could retie it, but I am just going to take a little glue dot and put it under the knot so that it will be stable and won't jiggle around there. Okay. And that is it. Oh, no, that's not it. We have one more sentiment to do. I'm rushing. Why am I rushing? I feel like four projects too many, but I shouldn't rush because we have plenty of time. Okay, so I'm taking the word together. The set has lots of different words that you can use together, but I thought this would be a real pretty anniversary card, or it could be wedding card. So I want to do always together. And this background is Rococo Rose, which retired with our last catalog. So I'm not using that. I am using Mary Merlot. And then I'm going to stamp off once. And when you're stamping white on white, it helps to have kind of a darker background. So I'm going to stamp this right on that. And look how nice that color looks. It's almost perfect. Okay? So you can always play around with our different shades to get a color that you need. And I'm just going to cut a couple little pieces off of my sides right here. And we're going to pop this up right over the Y, always together. that cute? Cute, simple, and quick. What more could you ask for? Okay, so next I'm going to do another card. Whoops, I'm dropping my stuff. I'm going to do another one with a white card base. And I will post all my measurements later on my blog later today. And we have a strip or a piece of basic black. And then we have a piece of this gorgeous designer series paper. And I want to add a little bit of color, but I want it to be subtle color. So I am just going to use my petal pink markers, and I'm going to put this across the middle, so I really only need to color these areas right here. This is the dark. I'm going to use my small tip right here just to do some dark petal pink where my shading is. Right in the middles, around those leaves. And go a little bit here. Just gonna do a little bit of coloring. Okay, I don't want to spend time coloring stuff I don't need, so I'll come back. And I believe in fast coloring. I do not like to spend a lot of time with the coloring. And I know some of you do, and that is awesome. You color beautifully. But you know, me and coloring, not the best of friends. We need to do this little flower up here. Okay, now I'm going to go back and just color in the rest of it with my light petal pink. Get all these. I'm not going to worry about too much shading because it's very light, and it kind of does its own little thing with it. It doesn't need too much going over. All right. Now there are some leaves in here, so I'm trying to be careful not to color my leaves, hopefully. I see I colored one there, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay. This probably takes the most time on this card, is just the coloring. Okay, I think that's good. And then I have, what is this? Light soft seafoam. I'm just doing a very light. My dark soft seafoam is in another project somewhere, so I'm just coloring all the leaves light. And then I'm also going to color the center of the flowers with this as well. Okay, let's get a little bit up here. That's the leaf I colored. I'm just going to go back over it. Got a little stem there, and I think that's it. I'm going to pretend that's a leaf. I don't know if it is or not. Okay, so next I'm going to put this piece of another pattern of that paper right across the center. Hopefully that's the center. Okay, then we have a strip of basic black, but before I adhere that, I stamped and die cut the word always right here, and I'm going to pop this up. I just used Memento ink, and got a few mini dimensionals over here. This one's a little thicker, so you can pop this up pretty easily. The dies that cut out the words are very thin, so it's a little harder to pop those up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take some of my favorite sparkly glimmer ribbon, I'm going to tie it around, and I'm just tying a knot. I'm not going to do a bow. Just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to add a pretty sparkly silver heart right on here. I think this is going to be okay. And then I'm going to tie a knot over it. All right. This one's a tad sticky, so maybe I can get it tight enough. Okay. Trim this off a bit, and this one's a little bit long. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down, and then let's twist this heart around. I really want it on the other side of the heart. Kind of like this. Let's see if I can get it to, well, it's not hanging right. So let's just go with the way it was. Maybe right, you know, sometimes you just gotta mess with stuff. Let's just go with that. All right, we're going to adhere this down. Across the center of the designer paper. I've got this little diamond showing. Cute. Perfect. Okay. Before we finish it up, I'm just going to adhere this to our basic black. All right, and to our card front. We'll just go ahead and do that while we're at it. Make sure my card opens from the bottom. I had a little bit of an issue in the last week or so. I just glued completely upside down one of my things. Okay, so I have a little cardstock strip. Where did I put it? I don't know, right here. This is the same one we used on the other. And instead of always together, we are going to use always and forever and always. It can always also be always and forever, but my and is at the end and not in front. So it's going to be for now, forever and always. So let's stamp this on here so we can see it a little better. Try to line that up. All right. Forever and always. That's so sweet. So this could also be a wedding or an anniversary card. All right, and I'm just going to pop this up right over the ribbon. Leave some of that sparkly to kind of hang out. And that's it for that one. Isn't that sweet? I love that one. Okay, here comes, this is my favorite one. All right, so the colors in this, we have the Rococo Rose, Petal Pink, and Sahara Sand. I don't always use Sahara Sand real often, but when I want to do a beautiful, elegant card, this is my go-to color. All right, so this is the designer paper that comes in the Sahara Sand. It's got these beautiful foil leaves, and then it's got a coordinating Sahara Sand foil, which I love. And we are going to, this is, I mean, there's so many few pieces, you know, so few pieces, not so many, so few pieces in this card for as pretty as it's going to turn out. It's crazy how much you really don't need. You can go with a simple yet elegant look. Okay, I've cut this little rectangle. The measurements will be on the blog. And then I have a stitched rectangle that's going to fit right in the center. And I did the word love, but I wanted to say love you so very much. Now, we have this on one stamp. It says right here, love you so very much. But I don't want to do it in a long strip. I want them each individually, and I'm going to build from the bottom. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to put the stamps on this long block. trying to make sure it's relatively straight. And I'm going to start with the last word, which is much. I'm going to take a Post-it note. I happen to have these little ones. You can use a big one if you want. I need the word much. I only want that word, so you can see right here, I'm just using that word, and we're going to go with Sahara Sand ink. Whoops, save that for later. And I'm just inking up the word much, and I take that off. So the rest of my words are not inked. I'm going to just stamp that right here at the bottom. Much. Okay. Now this is the trickiest part. You know what? I cleaned my chamois and then I left it sitting on the counter. Hold on one second, because this is the important part. Everybody sing a song to yourself for 20 seconds. Okay, what song did you sing? Post it below. My goodness. Okay, the most important thing is to make sure you clean your block really well between each word. Okay, so that was much. Now I need the word very. So I'm going to mask off the word much. And you want to make sure you get that whole word masked off. And then I need to mask off the other side. I gotta look close so I can see what I'm doing. So now only the word very is gonna show. Okay, so I'm gonna ink that up. Gonna pull those off. All right, and we're gonna stamp. That's what's so nice about these clear photopolymer stamps, is you can see really nicely your placement. So I'm going to put that right on top. Nice. Okay, we're going to clean that really well. Now I just want the word so. Okay. So you're always using that sticky part right there. And I'm looking and it looks pretty good. I'm just using the corner of my ink pad, so I'm not making a huge mess on my Post-it notes. Peel that off. Okay, so stamp that right above very. Okay, we're going to clean that well. And now we're doing the word very, or you. So I think I can get by with just one Post-it right there. Okay, and you. Now you can always use markers, but sometimes you can tell you used a marker. Does not ink as evenly as an ink pad does. So it's up to you. Just showing you how to do this with the ink pad. All right. Now, so that's how you do that. We're going to use a little more of this white seam binding ribbon. I'm going to tie this one around like this. Let me see if I can tie a tight bow. We'll see. I don't know. I have to go around the other way. Sometimes we struggle with bows. And you just have to kind of have it just going right. I don't know. All right, I'm going to tie this right here. And yes, I'm going to add another heart because I'm going to use the word love. Let me thread this on. I'm not going to worry about the placement so much yet because we can turn it around once we get it tied. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's almost perfect on where I want it. All right, let's do a little trimming. Trim this one. And it's a little teeny bit loose, but we can, because I did not put glue on it, we can put a little tape and kind of tighten that up just a tad. Put a piece there, and then pull it tight in the back. Okay. This is pretty thin ribbon, so you probably wouldn't need to trim it, but I like to just trim out the excess just to be safe. All right. I'm going to just turn the heart a little bit over to that other side, just so we can see it a little better. This would make, well, this is Love You So Very Much. So this could be to your sweetheart, or to one of your kids, or whatever, you know, whoever you want. It could be mother, father. I just love this sentiment. Love you so very much. Your best friend. Whatever you want to do. Whoever you want to give it to. Whoever you love so very much. Okay. That's flapping around just a tad. So I am going to add a glue dot to hold it in place. Where did I put my glue dots? Right here. Add a glue dot just so it's not wiggling around. Right about there. Okay, that helps. All right, now we've got the word love, and I had die cut this out of the Sahara Sand foil out of that pack. All right, let's get all these pieces out. And once again, I was going to use the adhesive sheets and I forgot. So we're just going to go with glue. Okay, I'm just putting teeny bits right here. I love this one. It's got this big loopy L, and then the OVE is separate. So you can kind of place this where you want it, which is kind of fun. You could do them in different colors. I'm going to place this, I'm going to glue it right on top of that ribbon. And that's also going to help hold that ribbon in place. All right, so what do you think? This is my favorite one. It's so simple, but so pretty and elegant. Love, love it. Okay, last project. All right, and I thought I was going to be brave here because I'm making one of the little matchboxes. And the first time I did the matchbox, the first time I put one together was on a live, and it was a little difficult, but I put more together, so I'm hoping I can do it. I did not practice before, so I'm hoping it goes well. Okay, we'll see. So I've cut some pieces. This is the last of the designer paper. And this is the one that's in the Blushing Bride color. And it's Blushing Bride. It almost looks got like a coppery cast to it. But I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these while the box is flat, just to make it a little easier for gluing. I'm just going to glue these to the panels. I cut them just a tad smaller, and thought this would make it a little bit easier. Okay. All right. This is the easiest part of the box, right here. These are very sweet, and they're pretty good size too. So now we just pop it open. Okay, that's the easy part. This is the one that takes a little more thought behind it. So what I'm doing is just creasing on all of the lovely score lines. So we have those going that way, and we have some more going this way. Now the little tab you actually fold back. Actually, this one folds back too. Okay, then we're gonna fold this side, that one, this little guy folds back, and that one goes up. All right, so we are going to take our two small tabs, put those in first, okay? Then, I'm gonna move those out of the way. All right, then we're going to bring in our sides, and those are gonna hold our tabs in. And then this one with the tab goes in next. And then this one, and this has a big, kind of a bigger tab with this little notch kind of cut out. It's not so much a notch. I don't know what the opposite of a notch is. I don't know what that's called. That pops in, listen. There's like a little pop when it notches right into that and holds the whole thing together and smooth and flat. Isn't that wonderful? And then it just slides in. So you could fit, we fit a couple of Rice Krispie treats in there. If you wanted to give a stamping friend some little goodies, you could put Tombow in there. You could put some embellishments. Let's see. I think our little heart trinkets fit in there. So you could put a ton of stuff in here. Fill it with chocolate, whatever you want to do. Love that. Okay, now we are going to decorate. So first things first, I'm going to use the ribbon out of the suite because it's this blushing bride color, and it's just, look how sparkly it is. It's sparkly on one side, and then just kind of a satin, shimmery, smooth color on the other side. This is pretty. And this is on sale. What did I say? 50% off maybe? I think. Ribbon. I don't know what I did with it. 40 or 50. All right, we're gonna tie this just in a bow. Now these boxes are tight, so you're not really in danger of losing any, or of it sliding, the drawer sliding out. But I'm tying it around the ends just for a little extra security. Okay, trying to tie a bow here. Now when you have a one-sided bow like this, if I want my sparkly to be on the outside, when you wrap it around, you have to kind of twist it so that when the loop comes out the other side, it is sparkly on the outside. Then your tails may or may not be that sparkly. But that's okay, because with those loops, you kind of see the inside of the ribbon, which makes this super cute. And it gives you kind of that little fun peekaboo effect. All right, we're just going to tie that off. All right, let's try to get that fairly centered. I want it way over to the left. I might try to fold that in a little bit so more of my sparkly shows. Okay. Then in the stamp set, we have these two flowers, and these are very similar to what's on the black and white paper. But I stamped and die cut them. The dies cut out the flowers in this Blushing Bride. You know, I might have said Petal Pink earlier. It's Blushing Bride. I don't know what I'm saying. And we're going to pop these up on the box. So grab a couple dimensionals. We'll use 2 on that one, and I think 1, maybe 2 on this one. We don't need a lot. These dimensionals hold pretty steady. You don't need 10 dimensionals on a little flower like that. All right, now I'm gonna put this one kind of going down there, and then this one on top overlapping, kind of going up in that direction. Okay, so you see how I did that. All right, then I cut a couple leaves out of the coordinating foil. So there are stamps, stamped images and leaf dies that you could cut out, but I wanted to add just that fun little bit of foil in there. And I'm going to glue these down to the box. I'm just going to glue that one there, coming out from under the flowers, because all they have to do is untie this and pull it out from that direction. We'll put one up here. Got a little bit of glue on it. And then let's do a sentiment. So I just want to do for you. I don't have to have love or anything. I just want to do for you. So we do have a stamp set that says you, a stamp image that says you. We don't want to have one that says for, but we have one that says forever. So we are just going to put them together. So make sure your forever is clean. All right, then I'm just going to grab a clean Post-it note, and I am going to mask off the part that says ever, and we're just going to have it say for. Okay, and I'm going to use Blushing Bride. Let's see. I think that'll be good. Now, always remember to take your mask off. I forgot that once, and then it made a mess. Okay, I've got to come and stamp on something dark so I can see what I'm doing. So this is going to say for, and then I have the word you. Stamp that right next to it. Voila! How easy is that to make your own sentences with different words in the stamp set? I love doing that. Okay, I'm going to just kind of put that over the seam of the flowers. Doesn't have to come way out. Just kind of covering up where they overlap. Now, last piece, we have to put a heart trinket on here. What are they called? Heart charms. It's a charm, not a trinket. Close enough. All right, I'm going to cut just a little bit of white baker's twine. I'm going to tie this on. This ribbon was a little bulkier, so I didn't try to wrap it around my heart. I'm going to just tie my heart on and give us a nice fun little double bow right here with a little dainty white twine bow on top of our other one. And pull that to make it a little more even. Trim that off, and there you go. All there is to it. Very quick, very cute. Did not take as long as I thought to do the 5 projects. So let's bring them back in. Let's take our messy paper out, make it look nice here. Dimensionals everywhere. I'll probably find them on myself later today. Okay, so we have love you so very much, for you, we have forever and always, and we have always together. I feel like I'm set for weddings and anniversaries for the next couple of months. Okay, so just remember, these are going to be retiring. This stamp set is almost gone. It's already low inventory. Once they sell out, they're gone. So I would order this as soon as possible if you can. Everything else, most of it is on sale, deeply on sale, 30 to 50% off. You can go to sandyreese.stampinup.net to place an online order 24/7 whenever you're ready. You can also check out some of the other items that will be discontinued at the end of the month. A lot of them are discounted. So yeah, I think that's it for today. If you're not a subscriber, make sure to hit subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future projects. I think next week we will do a 4th of July mini sampler, so I'm excited about that one. we'll have plenty of time to get that done, so you can display it if you would like to make one. And I think that's it. So I will see you all next week. All right, bye-bye.